Some people may not know this, but the big announcement yesterday, the Aztecs have come back home.
Yes.
We are the proud flagship of San Diego State University. You're going to hear football, all the basketball, some select baseball games, and hopefully some women's basketball postseason games as well. And joining us right now, this is a really good day to be former Aztec Tim Shelton. Tim joins us here on Xtra 1360 Fox Sports San Diego. Tim, how you been, man?
I'm great. And the thing is, I never left, so I still consider myself full-fledged Aztec. No former title needed.
No, and you're right. You're right. As far as former players, what I should have said, but you did. You've stayed with this school. You've stayed once your playing days were over. You joined Coach Fisher's staff the last 4 seasons as State's Director of Player Development. And why don't you tell everybody about the really great news you got today?
Well, it is official that I am now, instead of Director of Player Development, I'm Assistant Coach Tim Shelton. So I'm very, very blessed and fortunate. I'm grateful and appreciative to everyone that's helped me be a part of this journey, and mostly to the staff who I've known for a long time, who they recruited me and got me here to begin with and believed in me to begin with. So my gut feeling about them was right, even beyond, my basketball career as a player. They trusted me enough and believed in me enough to hire me on staff after I got done, and I'm really excited about the opportunity moving forward.
All right, let me break the ice, Coach. See, now you realize now you're going to that forever, Coach. All right, so Coach, let's break it all down right now. Obviously, Dutch, side by side with Coach Fisher all these years, even going back to the days at Michigan. You've been a part of this program as a player, and now you're an assistant coach right now. Where are we going with the Aztec program? I mean, this has been such a tremendous run. I've said many times, Coach, that Coach Fisher did one of the most miraculous jobs in the history of college basketball, considering where he started San Diego State to where he ended up. I know it was a disappointing season for the Aztecs, but how confident are you that you're going to get right back to where this team was, especially back when you were actually on the court?
We have a culture of success for a multitude of reasons. Obviously, Steve Fisher being a huge part in that, but also the way Steve Fisher has gone about establishing his staff, establishing a work ethic, establishing good habits, and building those habits, but also to help create a culture of good people, and doing things the right way. I think when you do things the right way, success will continue to follow you. You continue to work hard. You continue to have the right people in place. I think with Brian Desher, it's the same thing. It's the culture of who they are, and I think we'll continue to do that with who we have in place.
Aztecs assistant basketball coach Tim Shelton with us here on Xtra 1360.
Coach Shelton to you, Costa.
Coach, even going back to the latter part of your playing days, did Coach Fisher or Coach Dutcher ever sit you down and say, Tim, you'd be a hell of a coach one day?
Yeah, absolutely. I was unfortunately a part of quite a few injuries, and with that came a lot of support, that was needed on my end. And, as a young guy who's injured over and over, who saw himself playing at the next level and making money, playing the game of basketball, my support system was huge. And again, it goes back to me trusting in these guys before I ever made my commitment and who they were as people. And they followed through on that with the way they mentored me. And really helped to encourage me to continue my education, to continue to think about life beyond basketball while I was a player. And I sat down with Dutch multiple times, and he told me, man, hey, you have head coach qualities, you have coaching qualities. And Coach Fisher, you have coaching qualities, and this is be something you do as a career in the future if that's what you decide. They talked to me about multiple parts and multiple sides of the business as well, but they really told me it was going to be up to me, and if this is something I wanted to jump into, they would absolutely help me, get started in that process and be the people who helped me make the connections I needed to make. And fortunately, obviously here I am still on campus. I've been able to get my career started at San Diego State.
Think back to when you were recruited by San Diego State, came to San Diego State, and now apply that to you hitting the road, getting these players to come to San Diego State and being part of what Coach Fisher built. How has that changed over the years, or has it changed in, selling the idea of coming to San Diego State?
I mean, when we're talking about, and this is why I get so excited about the job, when we're talking about selling the program, I mean, who better is there to do it but me? I was recruited by this group. I believed in what they told me. What they told me came true, not necessarily from a personal career goal standpoint, but in a sense also from a personal career goal standpoint. Won quite a few championships while I was here, made the tournament, won NCAA tournament games, was a part of some amazing teams. And then academically, I had the whole academic piece. I was here for undergrad. I got my history degree. And I was here for graduate school. I got my higher education degree. And it was like everything that I wanted to accomplish, from a student-athlete standpoint, I accomplished. There's no better atmosphere on the West Coast than San Diego State men's basketball and VA House Arena. There's no better staff that you can have in terms of family atmosphere, player development, teaching, personal growth. If you're going to – I was a kid. And now I'm becoming a man. I'm a man now. And these are the people that help me become a man. If you're a parent and you're handing your child off to a group of people, you're entrusting them to help your child develop, obviously, and reach their basketball goals, but to become a young man and become a man and be ready for life after basketball, after college. And I think I'm very well equipped to sell that because it's not just me selling it, it's me living it. It's something that actually happened. It's something that's happening currently, and this relationship I have with this group is an everlasting bond.
Tim, as a kid, I saw Tony Gwynn play basketball for the Aztecs at the sports arena. And then I saw home games inside Peterson Gym. And then obviously when Cox Arena opened up, now Viejas Arena. And now you've got the big brand new Aztec basketball practice facility. Is it the point now where you don't even have to remind recruits about the facilities San Diego State has on hand? They automatically know?
Oh, I would not say they automatically know. A lot of people, have what you would call the bells and whistles in terms of facility and things that look the part. It's always nice to be able to get kids on campus or to send out a mail out or an email to remind them, to give them a visual. And I wouldn't go as far to say that they already just know. I think the kids in town know. I think a lot more of the kids in California know, and the kids on the West Coast have an idea. But the more we put out media-wise, social media-wise, and marketing-wise, it helps.
Let me ask you about Dutch. Obviously, you've known him as an assistant in your playing days, and since then, is he a totally different person now that he's the head guy? Like I say, like he's unbearable, and how's it? And we see? I mean, when you become the head guy,
has he thrown a clipboard at you yet?
Are you seeing any difference in Dutch right now? A little strut,
One of the qualities I love and appreciate, and something I have to add to myself, to who I am, is how steady Dutch is and how he's always been. I think people who know him best will tell you the same things. You're like, man, he's a steady guy. His approach to basketball is phenomenal. He's very calculated. He loves to make you smile, when it's time to make you smile, but he's also very, very focused and brings the right type of energy to what he does every single day. And he has not changed in that sense of, throwing a clipboard or in terms of, his tone or certain things like that. He's very steady, and he hasn't changed because of the title, and I didn't necessarily expect him to. I know that he is very focused right now, and he's trying to help, define roles for everybody, players and staff included, and make sure we hit the ground running on the right foot, obviously with recruiting this summer and then getting into our summer workouts. So he's been steady, and he will continue to be that way, I think.
So do you have a vision of what kind of coach you are going to be?
I have an idea of who I would like to be, and a lot of that is very similar to Dutch and to Coach Fish and to Justin Hudson, because these are my mentors and these are the guys I've learned from. Justin Hudson was my high school coach back in Bakersfield, and I can remember us taking a timeout during a summer league game and running a line drill in between a timeout because he was upset, and at the time we're like, why is this guy making us run like during a summer league game? But then as you get older, you kind of look back and you're like, he was just passionate about us getting something right. He was passionate about us building good habits. And at the end of the day, the type of coach I know I want to be is a coach that encourages his players to build good habits on and off the floor. And you want this stuff to be able to reflect onto the basketball court and playing a good brand of basketball, a team brand of basketball, that leading to wins. You want your kids to be able to do things in the community that are positive, and shine a light in a good way and represent the brand the right way, but represent themselves, more importantly, the right way. And then at the end of the day, to be able to leave your hands with a positive experience, a positive outlook, potential in having success, no matter what they decide to do, an opportunity to play basketball afterwards if that's what they choose, but to really have all of the options open to them because they've gone about things the right way.
Two very big and smart decisions by San Diego State in the last couple of days. Monday, coming back home to Xtra 1360 Fox Sports San Diego, and today, them making Tim Shelton assistant basketball coach. Tim, it goes without saying, we're overjoyed for you, and we hope to catch up with you a lot once the season hits. Thanks for the time.
I appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to be back on Xtra Sports.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
There he is. Coach Tim Shelton right there. This is a guy, he's so impressive. He was impressive as a player. He was going to grad school while he was still playing for the Aztecs.
He was a lunch pail guy, man. Balls going out of bounds. Who's flying after it? Tim Shelton.
Part of that legendary 2011 team.
That's right.
A good hire, great hire for the Aztecs. Tim Shelton now full-time assistant coach.